on the computer.
Hi, Cheryl.
Okay. So let's see who is on. So we basically just opened this up for people that are running towards diamond and above. We did not open it up to our entire team. So let me mute all, and then Amanda, go ahead and unmute yourself. So Amanda and I are going to kind of touch on some specifics, just focused on those running for diamond and above. So my team hears from me all the time, and Amanda's team hears from her all the time. So something that I really like to tell my team is take advantage of Amanda being on right now. Ask her any question that you want to ask her. She's a triple diamond. She knows what she's doing. She has, whatever, all this stuff that I would tell you guys. And then, Amanda's team, feel free to ask me any questions. So let's utilize the chat the best way possible that we can to really kind of keep this conversation going. So what we really wanted to focus on, a couple things, is we just want to kind of share maybe a little bit of our journey to getting to diamond, and really what that takes and what that's all about, because we know that, most of you guys here are running for diamond. If not, you're running for above diamond. So that's kind of what we really wanted to touch on. So for those that don't know me, I'm Danielle Janiszewski, triple diamond. I live in Arizona. I'm from New York, and I've got little Emma and then Parker. So I went to school for 8 years to be a special ed teacher, and now I'm a stay-at-home mom, which I never in a million years, this was not my dream. But once you get pregnant and you kind of things start unfolding, it's, you dream a little bit bigger, and that's kind of what happened for me. So I'll let Amanda kind of share a little bit, and then we'll kind of get started with sharing our journey to diamond. So keep the questions coming in the chat, though, so that we can kind of touch on those. But we only have 30 minutes.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds good. Okay. So I'm Amanda Busher. For those of you guys who don't know me, I've been in this for 4 years. And I will say, you guys, this time of year is my jam. I feel like every single time I promoted is in February or March. So this time, you guys, take advantage of this momentum right now. And the cool thing is we haven't even reached conference yet. So get on this momentum train right now, because literally once conference comes, it's just going to blow up. It's amazing. So, so I've been in for 4 years, and I started when I was working full time as a hygienist. And so I get it. When you're working, you have kids, and then you have your side business that just, came into your life, and it's hard to balance it. But I will tell you, all of the work that we put in is an investment for our future. And if I did not put in the work or the investment, or if I didn't, put in sacrifice of blacking sleep or, stuff like that, or having, missing a few things with my kiddos, then I would not be able to be a stay-at-home mom. I've been retired now for 3 years. And so we're really excited to really kind of dive in and kind of get how did we get to diamond? How did we get to double and above? You know what I mean? And kind of get into the nitty gritty. And like Danielle said, we didn't invite everyone on this team or on our teams because we only wanted people who really are serious about this, because promoting to diamond, you guys, that is a serious, serious deal. Do you understand? That's a $2,000 a month commission check. That's more than or that's the same amount as what Danielle made as a teacher, right, Danielle?
Yeah, absolutely.
That is big bucks. That's leadership, you guys. And so we really want to make sure you guys know, not just talk the talk, but really walk the walk. And what does it take to get to diamond and above? So that's kind of what we're going to dive into. And like Danielle said, we only have 30 minutes, so we're going to kind of wrap this up quick, but get as much goods in for you guys as possible. And I love working with Danielle, because we are very much alike, but we are very different working our business as well. And I go to Danielle all the time for advice and help and picking her brain on things, because she is so amazing at things that I lack. And that's why I love having sideline sisters and, or even people on the team who are different colors than I am. I learn from so many of you guys all the time. And so I think it's really good to, to kind of pair up with somebody else. So
Yeah, right. I'm just going to touch on that real quick. Obviously, like Amanda said, we're very different, but like I come to her about different things that she is just excels in. So something that you guys like, get a pen and paper right now because we're going to go fast, but get an accountability partner. I cannot stress that enough. I did not discover accountability partners until after I went diamond. I think it was maybe even like right before double diamond. I was like, oh my God, where have these people been all my life? People talk about accountability partners. You're like, okay, whatever, somebody to talk about my business with. No, it is somebody that is not on your team. You run together after the same goal. You get to like vent to each other about little things because they're not on your team and they probably are going through the same exact problem or the same exact like whatever. And it is amazing. I cannot even tell you enough. If you don't have one and you don't even know where to start, message Amanda or message myself and we will kind of figure out somebody that is really like at the same, like you don't even have to be at the same level. It's just a matter of like finding somebody that is even similar to you in any way that wants to run with you. So that is like absolutely huge. Write that down. Okay. So I'm just going to kind of touch on my quick journey to diamond. I went ruby and it took me, guys, I was like, like, not really, like, I didn't see the potential. I didn't see the vision. And mind you, I only joined to make a couple extra $100 to help pay for our wedding. And then I was going to quit. So I wanted no part of anything else. Well, I ended up going ruby. And then I was like, God, like that's a $10,000 bonus. I actually really started running when I was like more executive. And then it took me a couple months to go ruby. And then I was like, I'm going diamond next month. Like this $10,000 bonus is going away. Like I'm going to make, even if it didn't, but still, I'm going to own this. Like I am running. So you guys, sacrifices, write that word down. You've got to figure out what you're willing to sacrifice. And I'm not going to sit here and tell you, don't go to your kid's basketball game. I'm not going to tell you, don't spend time with your kid because this is all you. I'm going to tell you what I did. And I'm going to tell you what I've done every single time that I get 100% committed, I'm promoting because you know what? I'm going after it and I'm going to claim it. And the only time that I've been like, this is my month right now. I ran so hard for triple and I missed it. And I said, all right, let's go. We're doing it again. That means no sleep. That means waking up early, going to bed late. I'm doing it again. And I did it again all month, pushed myself, and I went triple. So the only time I ever missed it when I really decided was at that time. But what I did was I had to say, I don't care about Netflix. Yes, I love The Bachelor and Bachelorette, but guess what, guys? It's going to be there next month. It's going to be there in a couple months. Okay? Who cares? What is more important? And to me, guys, I could not get out of my head. I went to school for 8 years to be a teacher, to make teacher salary. What? This business is allowing me to make that? That's just crazy to me. And I get to help people and I get to work from my phone and I get to do it my way. So I said, I'm doing it. And I made sacrifices big time. I told my husband, I love you. But I think his mom's on too. Yeah, she is. She's a diamond on my team. I said, I love you, but you're making your own meals this month. I love you, but you have to do the grocery shopping this month. And guys, this is a tough one. And I say this to him too, but he can be a little needy sometimes, like attention, like he needs to, like, I just feel like he can get a little needy. Men can be like that. And I said to him, listen, I'm not going to give you attention like you need this month. Okay. And I need for you to be okay with that. So he like supported me, but he was kind of like, what, you put way more time into this business than money you're making. Like he kind of had that attitude. And I had the like, oh, we're getting this, like this, I'm doing this kind of thing. I'm going to prove to you and I'm going to prove to everyone else. And I let him like find something that he really wanted. And we were going to get it when we went diamond. So anytime he really wanted to give me crap for being on my phone, I'd be like, yo, you want that gym? That like, I don't even know what the heck they're called, but he wanted the pull-up bar and whatever. He wanted it. I said, you want that? I got to do this. And I don't want to sound crazy when I say this, but you guys, I became obsessed. Like I loved it. And I had so much fun doing it, but I was helping so many people along the way. And I had to really like become obsessed with doing it. And when I say that, I mean, I worked it every single chance that I got. I woke up early. I set an alarm. I went to bed late. And I had another job too. I was working full time. So I had to figure out what was working. I set up my goals at the very beginning of the month. I knew how I had to reach that goal. I knew how many people I needed to help join the business. I knew how many customers I needed and where everything needed to go, because I live by my chart every single day. I had that chart with me every single day. I canceled date nights. Anytime a friend wanted to go grab coffee or something, don't want to sound mean, but I was like, are they a potential? Sorry, I got to work this month. Let's hit it up next month. Like, I canceled everything. Is it worth it? You've got to be driven. You've got to get your blinders on. You've got to run, and you've got to run like hell. Okay. You've got to get focused. Any negativity, you got to be like, peace, see you later. Like, you've got to get your mindset right if you're running. So that's my definition of me running and what I did to really go diamond. I'm trying to see if there's any questions before I kind of hand it off onto. Okay. Okay. Amanda, you want to kind of touch on what you did stuff to go diamond?
Yeah. And I love that, what Danielle said. And I feel like that word, obsessed, I feel like it's like you're so obsessed like with that goal. You want it so bad that you will sacrifice whatever you need to sacrifice to make that goal happen. And that's just what it happens whenever, like, same if you're, for instance, like if you're trying to lose weight, okay, you're going to sacrifice that brownie. You're going to sacrifice that hamburger and french fries. You're going to sacrifice certain things, but your end goal is going to be so well worth it. Obviously, this is so different, but when we want something so bad, it becomes a priority. So obsession and a priority, that's what I think. Like my rank is, or my business is my priority. And so here's a few things that I personally I was like jotting down some ideas or some things that I went through each time I promoted. And when we talk about our promoting months, Danielle does not work her business like she does her promoting months every single day, okay? Because that would literally drive us crazy, for one. For two, we wouldn't ever have any sleep. And for three, like, we are human, and that's so hard to do. So when we talk about like sacrificing tons, and we talk about lack of sleep, and we talk about pushing as hard as we can, we don't mean that you're going to be doing that for the rest of your business, okay? You're doing that for your promoting months. So I always tell my team, and from my experience from when I promoted, in your promoting months, you are going to be either doubling or tripling, depending where you're at on your promotion. You're going to be doubling or tripling your actions, okay? So you're not going to be doing the same stuff you would normally do each day. You are going to be literally putting balls to the wall, nonstop breathing and, soaking in your business. And because remember, you guys, it's such a short amount of time till you get that promotion, okay? You're going to be just busting your butt until you get to that promotion. And then you can't step back, but you can at least like breathe a little bit and still continue to build your business. Does that make sense? So actually, I even say after you get your promotion, there's one more month that you really want to bust butt and make that promotion solid. So mindset, you guys, there's a book that I read. If you guys have not read it, I want you to write it down, and I want you to get the Audible or read it, whatever. It's called GoPro, and it's one of the first books I read in this business. And there's Eric, Eric War, whatever. He is the author of it, and he made this 90-day push. And I remember when I was going double, I read that book again. And I told my husband, just like what Danielle said, I said, you know what, babe? For 90 days, because I was so far off from it was when I was going triple, okay? So I was like, for my 90 day, or for the next 90 days, baby, you probably won't be seeing me. Like, I'm going to be busting my butt, and I am going to literally be doing this push to promote in 90 days. And I promoted, I think I started doing that in December, and I promoted in February. So it took me, less than 3 months, but I think I started in January, maybe. I can't remember, but it took me a lot less. But every single day, you guys, I was dedicating myself to my business. I was not watching shows. You know, just like Danielle said, like I was sacrificing certain time so I could work my business a little bit, you know, more than I typically would. And because in my head, I was like, okay, I need to work as much as I can because I need to get to my promotion, my goal. And after that, you know, I'm going to reach it. And then I'm going to take, you know, whatever steps I need to take to continue to build my business. So number one, you guys, mindset. And you can write this down. I'm going to have you guys write these down. Okay. These are all the things that I did when I would promote it every single time. Mindset. I went into the month, like even just, I told Danielle, I messaged her. I'm like, okay, girlfriend, I don't even know what day it was. I think it was like probably like close to January 1st or even maybe December. I don't even remember. But I was like, I'm like, are you ready to go presidential with me in March? And she was like, yeah, let's do it. Like we have the mindset already that we are going presidential by March 31st. Okay. Even if we are super far away or if we are super close, like we have that mindset that we are going to go presidential. And I will tell you guys, this is not just like me saying this. I literally tell myself every single day, multiple times a day, out loud on Facebook, to my husband, to my friends, I mean, you guys are my friends, let's be real. But like out in public, to my family, all that kind of stuff, that I am presidential March 31st, okay? I put it out there in the universe. So get your mind right, okay? That's number one. Number two, be determined from this day forward. So if you are not yet, okay, from this Zoom forward, you guys, I want you to be determined that you are going to get to that promotion, you know, diamond. Even if you guys, I will tell you, I went diamond in 3 months and I didn't know anything about this business, nothing. Okay. So those of you, I know I have a lot of you guys who are new in this business and you guys don't really know, you know, you guys haven't been, you guys aren't seasoned, you know, you just joined and so you're like, I don't really know how to work this business. I don't know how to do this. Doesn't matter. Build your business on fire. Build your business on excitement and build your business on confidence and build your business on, you know, just that push of that rush, that excitement that you're going to get to diamond. I guarantee you will build your business because me, I didn't know anything about this business. I didn't even know like volumes, like, okay, diamond, you have to have 10,000 volume. Like, what's that? Like, I didn't really know. So, you gotta make sure that you, are just determined no matter what. And of course, I recommend don't do it like me, like learn it. Because I literally, you know, was just ignorance on fire. But, you know, I just wanted to point that out that you don't have to know everything about this business to go diamond or double diamond or triple diamond or above. Do you want me just to keep going, Danielle, down my list? Okay. You guys print out your map. Okay, print out your map. Make sure that you have your diamond map printed out. If you just started, you know, I always say start with your, say if you're like getting your ruby this month, get your ruby this month, have your ruby, emerald, and diamond map printed out, but make sure all of them are printed out so that you have a vision. And in each one of those boxes, I know that we both Danielle and I talked about our team with this. Each one of those boxes, write who you want to be working with you. Who do you want to be on your team? Who do you want in those boxes? And you have to visualize it. You have to see it. You have to prepare yourself for it. So that's that. Let's see. Know how many distributors and loyal customers you need for that promotion, okay? So say you are emerald right now and you need, say 5, you need another ruby or something. You need 5 more distributors. Make sure you know, okay, I need 5 distributors. Write it down. Write down exactly your predicted volume that you need. Like, okay, I need this amount of volume for each, you know, box. That's X amount of loyal customers. Okay. And I always say the average loyal customers is, I always say like 40 BV or so, 30, 40 BV. So just depending, or maybe do you go higher, Danielle, or is that what you kind of do?
No, that's usually what I do. And I'll even go to the point of saying, if you need like this or that, like this box needs like, let's say 100, I will say, okay, you need to go talk to that distributor that needs 100 more. Tell them that they need 4 hair, skin, nails orders. Tell them they need a fit pack, 2 of them. You know what I mean? Like, give them what they need. Don't just say, go get 2 customers with this much volume or whatever. Be specific. Take ownership of that and say, hey, listen, and guys, right now, like for me, I will sell the crap out of cleanse. I will sell the crap out of those fit packs. So focus on, what those big sellers are right now, or what you're really good at, or what they're really good at, and run with that. I could get 10 people to buy the cleanse right now if I needed that specific volume somewhere and I was like running, you know what I mean? Like that kind of thing.
Yeah, definitely. No, I think you guys got to know, because if you don't know, and I always tell like my team, know your volume every day, okay? Because you could get a decline that day. Be checking your volume every single day. I would literally, you guys, day one, I would have my map and I would have each person. So I would have Amy, she needs 300 volume. I would have Roberta, she needs 20 volume. Lisa, she needs, 10 volume, whatever. And then each day I would update my chart, update my numbers and say like, okay, Amy's good. She just got another customer. She's solid. She got a 400. Oh, Roberta just got a decline. So she needs an extra this amount. So know your numbers every day. If you don't know your numbers and you're not keeping track of it, you guys, it's going to be very hard for you to know where to place. It's going to be very hard for you to know exactly what you need to do to end that month strong and get your promotion. You have to know your numbers. And I can't even stress that enough. This is kind of what I do. And here's a perfect example. I have my girlfriend Rachel here. She is going Emerald this month, and I literally have her chart with everyone who needs volume and who has volume. I write it in a pencil, and every day, you guys, I'm keeping track of that. Like I'm making sure like I know who got a little customer, who got a decline or whatnot. So I know what she needs to go. So I can say, hey, Rachel, are our numbers correct? Or hey, Rachel, like this person only needs like one more hair, skin, nails. Like, let's do this, girl. You know what I mean? So make sure you know your numbers, you guys. You cannot go in this blindly. And I just want to say one more, just like a side note. Like we said before, like this might seem like a lot of information. This might seem like, whoa, like this is way overboard. Like this is way like crazy. But you guys are going for diamond. It is crazy. And we only invited certain people to this Zoom who really want this. So that's a side note, okay?
Yeah. Yeah. Can I chime in on the numbers?
Yeah, go for it.
So you have to have your diamond chart you have to have it printed out, ready to go. You want to be looking at this every day. Guys, can I sound really dumb for a second? I have all of my charts saved that I promoted with because they're written all over and it's written on the back of what I needed. Like it just makes me like really excited to like look at them because I know how hard I worked. Like have it printed out, have it ready to go. And what I did is I updated the numbers obviously every day. So what I did was I would write on the right side of a box, at the top of the box, I would write on the right side what their volume was. Okay. So say like 300 on the right side. And then on the left side, I want to know how much more volume they need. So I'm going to put on the left side the number 100, and then I'm going to circle that box or circle that number. Okay. So when I looked at my chart, I knew, okay, the right side, that's how much volume we have. And on the left side, I know what I need. And I always like to know what I needed because that showed me what I was going to go and get. So what product I was going to sell or whatever it may be. So then as I am going through and people are becoming 400 boxes, I'm highlighting their name. And I'm not highlighting their name. So I say, done with them. I'm not going to help them the rest of the month. It's done. That box is full to help me go diamond. Here are the other people that I really need to focus and push to help them get to 400 club. And I'm going to be really honest here. Those are the people that I'm going to be challenging. Every time I step up and rock as a leader and I'm enrolling customers, those people that are not highlighted, their butt is going to get challenged. You go get a customer, you get my customer. That's what I did. And that helped me. And I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to have somebody on there that is not rocking it and they might be stuck at like 200 in volume. Personally, for me, I'm not going to be throwing customers under them. I'm not going to be letting them make 3-month commission off of a customer when they're not doing anything. So if we finish the end of the month and everyone's got their 400 boxes filled and this girl's got 200 and she's really not doing anything, okay, you have two choices. You either go find a distributor that's going to rock it and they are going to fill that box with 400 with customers, or you place a personal order right at the very end of the month. So figure out what is going to work for you. But for me personally, I'm not going to be throwing customers under somebody that's not working. So I'm going to touch real quick on what Tanya commented about. She said, what is your daily, like, what are you doing? Like, you're waking up early, you're going to bed late. Like, what are you doing? So important. I did 2 6 lists every single day. And you guys, I was balls to the wall. I did not go to bed until, she's naked because she just had a blowout. So don't mind that. That's what I was doing. So I was completing that 6 list and even going past that. So I was not going to bed until I had such a good 6 list for that next day that was going to make me kick butt that following day. There's 31 days in that month. I'm going to own every single one of them. So I focused on my chart. Every morning I would wake up. The first thing I would do is I would update my volume. Every single morning, the first thing I would do is I would look at that chart, see what I needed, and change that 6 list based on what I needed if that was the case. Know how many distributors you need. Guys, I really want to take a second here and make this very clear. When we talk about filling those boxes, we are talking about people's lives that you could potentially be changing. We're talking about people that want to make extra money. We're not just talking about boxes that need to be filled. So keep in mind that when you're looking at those empty boxes, you got to change your mindset there and think about how many lives you're going to be changing. Because if you go out and you're talking to people, you're going to be sounding desperate. You're going to sound like you want diamond for you and it's your business and it's not going to be about them. You got to make it about them. Focus on 3 rubies. Okay. You want to focus on runners. You want people to run with you. Okay. You're not going to be building somebody all the way to ruby or all the way to emerald. You don't want to be doing all the work because you know what? After you go diamond, you're going to continue having to do all that work and it's not going to work out for you. Talk to your distributors daily. You've got to not only work your business and get those quote unquote boxes filled and up to 400 in volume, yada, yada, yada. You've got to be communicating with your distributors on your team on a regular basis. Okay. Go ahead.
Can I say something about that really quick? Oh, okay. Sorry, it's you. That I think is so important. I think that the communication is huge. What Danielle said, just talking to them every single day, like, hey, Rachel, what's your goal today? Like, what are we doing? Like, and then she can say, hey, Amanda, I just got a 30 BB. I'm placing it underneath, so-and-so. That way you guys are on the same page. Keeping your rubies or your executives or your emeralds accountable for what they want to do too. Working together, you guys, I will say is just, it's amazing. First of all, it builds that relationship, but you guys who have been, gotten to diamond or above, I'm sure you guys have been there. Like, I know my friend Courtney right here, she, when she was going when she went diamond, we were literally talking every single day. Me, her, we were in a group chat with, her emerald or her husband was her emerald, but her ruby and, some of her executives and then our upline. Like, we were all together working nonstop. And that's really, I feel like, so important and crucial in this business. You can't get there. I mean, you could get there alone, you guys, but it's hard. You want to work as a team. This is, we are one team and we work better together. So I think that is by far such an important part of this, promoting.
Yeah, absolutely. Nikki, I love what you said. Thank you. She said, my morning to-do list will always be changing, but make sure, guys, like for me, I was go at night, like so hard that when I woke up, I was kind of like, oh God, where do I start? You know exactly where to start when you do your 6 list that night. So make sure you're doing that 6 list that night. So when you wake up, you are like, go, and you know exactly what you have to do and you're running. You're not like, hanging out, drinking coffee, relaxing. Like, guys, you got to remember, diamond is not just like a couple $100s a month. Like, it's $2,000 a month. And then whatever is going to be announced at conference, I don't even know, but I'm telling my team, y'all better act like there's a $10,000 bonus attached to it. I don't know what is coming, but I know it's going to be huge. So get your butt as close to diamond right now as you possibly can. So yeah. Tanya had asked too, how did we find those customers and distributors? And I'm going to be really blunt here, guys. I sat my butt in front of my computer, and I'm being totally honest and real with you. I was not out blitzing. No, that was me planting seeds months before. when I'm going diamond and I'm going balls to wall that month, my butt is in front of that computer on my phone. I am constantly messaging people. I'm constantly following up with people. My hundreds list. If your hundreds list is not amazing right now, that's your first thing you got to do. You got to make that hundreds list amazing. You got to continue building your network. But right now, if you're going diamond this month or next month, like, you've got to be focused on those goals and messaging the crap out of people.
Yeah. I always say, like, you got to, you know, not only like know where you're going, but you have to set your action steps to that. So like what Danielle said, she created 2 6 lists every day. And I would kind of do the same. Like, I would double up on my actions. And I love it because I will hear all the time from my girls. They'll say, I'm not going to bed until I get a loyal customer. And I love it because, you know what? Every single time they get a loyal customer. So you guys have to do the actions. And here's the other thing. You, like, instead of just being like, oh, okay, I have, you know, I'm going to try to get 3 like loyal customers this week. Okay, you guys, if you're trying to get to diamond, you need like way more loyal customers than just 3 a week. If that's 3 a week, that's only 12 loyal customers, you guys. And I'm sure that you guys are going to need a lot more volume than 12 customers. Okay. So make sure that you guys are having realistic numbers that you're wanting. 3 loyal customers like a week is probably not going to get your diamond unless literally those were like way like $200, $300 orders, or like you have your team is just busting butt also, every single person on your team. And if that's the case, I want to know who you are, because that's pretty amazing. But know your guys' action plan. And one other thing I love to tell like my team is that don't just say like each day go for like 50 new potentials. Okay. Go for like 60 new potentials. Grow your potentials list, because then you have a pool of people you're working with. When I have somebody who says, okay, man, I want to go diamond this month. And I say, okay, awesome. Like, you still need 4 distributors. Who are those going to be? And you're like, and then they're like, oh, I have like 2 potentials right now I'm kind of working with. That's not going to cut it. Okay. You need like 50 potentials that you want to work with. So then out of those 50, 4 of those are going to sign up for you. Okay. So it's a numbers game. You guys have to realize, and I keep ingraining this into my team. It's a numbers game. The more people you talk to, the more people you're going to get. The more potentials you guys have, the more people you guys are going to get. So I know we have to go in just a minute, but I wanted to show you guys my potentials just from this was from, let's see, this was from Friday. Okay. Look at all my potentials I have on this just from Friday. Okay. This whole page is full, and this whole page is full from, that's just potentials. Okay. And then that's potential low customers. And then I have a whole page of potential distributors. Okay. Because my goal every day is to grow my potentials list so that I have a huge pool that I'm working with. So when it comes down to it, I know that I don't have to count on just 1 people, but I have hundreds of people that I'm working with. I think that's really important to have that mindset and just not think a customer is just going to float up in, you know, thin air. They're not just going to come to you. Like, you got to work for it. You got to work your business. And if there's a day you're like, oh, I just don't feel like today, you guys, I was so tired from last night. I had a headache. Like my spine was hurting. I was like telling Danielle last night, like my spine was hurting. And I'm like, I would love to just take a nap right now while Crew was at preschool, but I didn't. I worked my business because I knew like presidential isn't going to get there on by me like taking a nap. Like, I can sleep tonight. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just going to suffer through it. And you got to have that determination, guys. And if you're like, okay, I want this, but I don't really have that fire yet, I want you to reach out to Danielle or I so we can maybe talk to you. You've got to have that fire, that determination and that mindset, or it just won't happen.
Mm-hmm. And you've got to not make excuses. And when I say no excuses, I don't mean to your upline or your husband or your team. I mean to you. I mean to yourself. Like, don't sit there and make excuses to yourself about why you can't do this, or they're not contacting me back, or people are ignoring me. Like, that's all about your mindset. You've got to push all that aside, and you've got to say, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to put the efforts behind it. And you know what? I don't give a crap that person isn't getting back to me, because number one, they probably have a life and they're busy, and either they're going to contact me or I'm going to follow back up with them. So you've got to have I always tell people, like, pretend that I'm right there with you. What would I say? Because I'm kind of he wants candy. So I always tell people, pretend I'm there with you. What would I say? So you've got to, the no excuses is just got to go out the window, and you just got to run for it and get your blinders on. Don't compare yourself to anybody else.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. So we good? I know that was a lot of information, but they've got another Zoom to get to.
Yeah. Does anybody have any questions or anything? Let's see.
Okay, careful.
Yeah, does anybody have questions? If you do, ask now. You can unmute yourself too.
Tanya asked a good one, and Nikki answered it in the chat, so that was good.
Okay, awesome. All right, my friends. Well, I'm sorry that was like super fast, but we'll do another Zoom with you guys too. We'll have to figure out a time, and if you guys even want to get like some questions together, or we can even just come on here and do maybe like a power hour together or something, and we can just, but we are cheering you guys on and praying for you guys every day, and we know that you guys can do it. You guys just have to know that you can do it too. And I always tell my team, like, if I can do this, you guys, I know you guys can do it. Like, I know you guys can. So it's just, you just have to really, really in your heart have that burning desire that you are going to do whatever you can to get this done and to make it happen.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. And honestly, my thing is, I just kept thinking about what it could do for my family. And
yeah.
you got to have your goals in the back of your mind. And like when I was pushing and I had him, I'm sorry, but he sat and watched Mickey Mouse a lot. But you know what? Now I get to be a stay-at-home mom with him. So I know it might be hard to set aside, playtime with kids and things that are really hard. But hi, Nana. But you know what? You've got to make sacrifices because it's ultimately going to give you being a stay-at-home mom. And I don't have to go be a teacher anymore. And, you've got to keep those goals right in the forefront and stay focused and stay positive.
Yeah, definitely. One of the things, sorry, I'll say one more thing. One of the things I like to do with my kids, like for my promoting month, is I would just say, I would have them work with me. So like, hey, mommy has to work for a little bit, but so here's your notebook so you can color. And I promise, like, give me 30 minutes and then we'll go to the park, for 30 minutes. But let's work together. And the kids love that. So get your kids involved too. It makes it, you guys, have fun with this, okay? Have fun with it because it is literally, when you scratch off those numbers for your volume saying that box is good, it is amazing. It's like you want to like scream and cry and laugh and jump and like have all these emotions because you're getting your promotion. So have fun with it, you guys. This is such a fun time.
I know it is. And
we're so proud of you guys.
And get running with them. And guys, have fun with it. You know what I mean? Like, I know it's work, but if you're not like having fun while you're doing it, you're doing something wrong. So you've got to put the work behind it. So
yeah, have the love behind it.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Don't touch anything.
All right, my friends.
All right.
Thanks for coming on.
All right. You guys have a good night. We'll talk to you later.
Bye. Bye. Bye.
Bye.